What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 54 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and Eorzea and Crawfish, Chris Montalbano.
God damn it, Capcom, I love ya.
We got the most degenerate squid in the sea, soon to be on my plate, Jalen Roberts.
What? I'm sorry, what?
We got the Akatsuki Durag, who ain't finna be eating any of this, so more for me, Madrid Devon.
Okay, is this episode 54 or is it episode 198? Open your third eye, brother. I think it's closed.
It'll be closed at least until next week. Who knows how the news will go. But we got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about the Xbox Live pricing debacle, GameStop stonks, the Resident Evil 8 showcase that turned into just an entire Resident Evil fucking power 20 minutes. We're going to be talking about Vicarious Visions and the Activision Blizzard power dynamic. And we're going to be talking about this KOTOR rumor that's been going around, because I was talking mad shit about Star Wars games, but, you know, I might be down for a new KOTOR. So,
Have you played any of them?
any of what? KOTOR? No. But I you know me in graphics and fidelity, and like if I can get KOTOR on my phone. Like that's something we've established a while ago. I could go download KOTOR 1 and 2 off the App Store right now and pair a controller to my phone and do that. That could totally be a thing that I could do. Or I could wait a couple years. I could actually play Jedi Fallen Order now that it has like a next gen. I don't want to get into this whole next gen patch versus update thing the rabbit hole I've been falling down lately, because oh fuck, we got to talk about the PlayStation Plus games this month too, because they really hoed me this month. So the PlayStation Plus, somewhat, you know, but it be like that. It just hurt especially bad this time. I just kind of had to like Huh?
Refund it.
Y'all be acting like just because you can easily refund Cyberpunk, and they did that for Maneater, y'all act like PlayStation be wanting to give you back your money. PlayStation's like, nah, you bought the fucking game.
When'd you buy it?
Like, Black Friday?
Oh.
Yeah.
You bought it like a week ago.
I mean...
Oh, well, no, you're probably fucked.
Yeah, I mean, you know... But, so the PlayStation Plus titles coming to North America the day after a lot of people will hear this. So, first Tuesday of February, we knew Destruction All-Stars was coming out. There was a state of play for it. I didn't have enough time / mental bandwidth to watch it. But we're getting Destruction All-Stars as our PS5 game. And then, despite me being super wrong about Maneater last month, this month we're getting Control on PS4 and PS5, the Ultimate Edition, with all the DLC. So even though I got Control around Black Friday, the Ultimate Edition, so I could get the next gen, because I got that and Doom Eternal, and I was like, alright, I'm getting these for the cheap, and watch, they're gonna fucking give us Doom Eternal probably in March, because the first week of March I think is when the fucking Doom Eternal patch comes out. So
Probably.
It's super fun on that. But yeah, I was stocking up on last gen games that are getting free next gen upgrades. So like Cyberpunk is in that pile, and a few other games are in that pile. And then the one game we're getting that's a PS4 exclusive for this month is Concrete Genie, which is a game that I am semi-curious about. Am I curious enough to play it? Probably not, but, you know, I'll have it in my library. It'll just go in the pile of 700-plus games. I'm creeping to 800, so, you know, it'll just be what it's going to be with that. But, yeah, any of you guys, how are y'all feeling about the offering this month from PlayStation Plus?
Tight. Control.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't buy it, so.
This is definitely a legit like crop of games.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I also have Control. I don't think I have the What's this? The deluxe edition?
The Ultimate Edition. So the version you have does not get a free next-gen upgrade, but if you claim this version from PlayStation Plus, when you get a PS5, the next-gen version will just be available to you. So
That is cool.
there is that benefit, and all the DLCs in it. I don't know if the save transfers, because I know the Doom Eternal save transfers, but I'm just waiting to play Doom Eternal on PS5 native, like 120 frames per second, just like eye-bleedingly gorgeous. But yeah, who knows? Like, I feel like we knew Destruction All-Stars was coming, and that was one that I was like, oh yeah, that's great that that's coming to PlayStation Plus, because this game would have died on the vine, because it was $70 as a launch title, and the people I knew who were ordering it were just buying it to buy a PlayStation 5 game. It wasn't even to, like, because they said that this really looked like a good game they were going to play. But I mean, for it being free on PlayStation Plus, the sucky thing about all these early PlayStation Plus offerings for PS5 is when the majority of people can get their hands on a PS5, these games won't be free, so it'll be really hard to convince somebody to buy Destruction All-Stars later on down the road after it's free for this month. But, you know, we'll see. Jalen, what do you think? I know your PSN avatar is Destruction All-Stars, but that's probably because it was one of the only women of color you could find to set as your PSN avatar.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really see myself playing anything off of PlayStation Plus this month because I've already started playing Control on PC. And I don't have a PS5 to be playing the PS5 game, so that's about it.
And yeah, Concrete Genie is up nobody's alley.
I'll give it a try, just because.
Yeah, I mean, it's free, so why not?
I mean, the amount of PlayStation Plus games that I've added to my library because they're free, so why not, and just never even installed or opened, is just obscene.
I saw that list probably most of them today.
Well, yeah, by the time you were like actually involved in the list, we should have scrolled up to the top to see what that count is at, but I'm not about to boot up my PS5 just to look at that arbitrary number. Mm-hmm. But I can verify it is over 700 on a bad day. Right, if you're starting, like, so on PS4 it includes demos and shit like that. So PS5, they group stuff together. So it's like Devil May Cry 5, instead of it being listed twice, it's like, because I have the PS4 version and the PS5 version, and those are separate purchases, it's still one thing. And, like, I hit a lot of the demos and betas from, like, my purchase list on PS4 because it would just... Loading that list on PS4 was just a nightmare. Like, I'd scroll and be like, you're going to sit here for 5 minutes and hope what you're looking for is in these next 8 games I'm going to show you. So I started, like, I was like, betas, demos, fucking all this shit is just going to get hidden from this list. So it's not cluttering up this shit. But now... Some games are on my list on PS5 that I only played the beta for or something like that. And it's like, why are you acting like I own this game? I played the beta, did not want to play the game, and I'm waiting on it to go on stupid sale so I could play it because I've been watching too many MCU movies.
I mean, I feel that.
All right. So... Speaking of PS5 games and just my general PlayStation library, one of the games that it says that I have, even though I don't have and I only have the demo for, is Resident Evil 8. Which I was like, I'm not interested in playing this demo, but I know Chris will be all over it. And so scheduled a time for Chris to come over today to not only experience the PS5 hands-on for the first time, but to play through the entirety of the Resident Evil 8 Village Maiden demo. Chris, how you feel about it?
So I guess it wasn't like. Did they say it was just like a visual demo?
Yes, they said this is
Okay.
just to showcase the ray tracing and the graphical improvements that are possible on the PS5.
I guess I missed that because all I heard was demo and then PS5, and I just immediately went to like, hey, yo, Anton, let me get your PS5 for a second because I want to play this demo. But so going into it and just actually seeing the PS5 and its capabilities, and since it was a visual demo, obviously you got everything that the PS5 could possibly give you without it trying to like be like, because that's what it was trying to do, and it was fucking beautiful. Just first of all, like putting my hands on the controller, that I just, in seeing the PS5, I was like, I can wait. I could still wait, but now I don't want to wait as long. That's my first impression for the PS5. But the demo, this game's going to be fucked up just based on everything I'm seeing, what they're using the lighting. I mean, you could obviously see what Capcom was trying to do with RE Engine and now getting better and better with every single game. They have perfected it, and I'm seeing that. And God, I never thought Game of the Year was going to be a visual demo until I get this game. It was just beautiful.
Right, the game comes out this year. You can't even. It's not even.
But
The game comes out, and I'm like, yeah, I just preferred the demo. Like,
yeah, that's all I need. I mean, it ends perfectly.
I think you finally got the clutch claw joke that I put in the Discord like weeks ago. I was like, oh no, it had to have been like last Thursday. It had to be like the day of the Resident Evil showcase that I put that. I was like, oh yeah, it's a clutch claw from Iceborne. And you got it at the last second of the demo.
But you pretty much are Ethan, I guess, trying to escape, and you go through this dungeon area and you see the lighting and the how kind of messed up they're going to do. You could pretty much see a lot of things hanging themselves, half corpses, traps of medieval times of torture devices and all that, and then you get into the main area of the mansion and you're now being chased by vampires, or kind of being chased by vampires. You hear their voices with surround sound, which was pretty tight, and you see the Bat Lady and what she can possibly do, and next thing you know, you're opening up the door as you think you're going to escape from this castle, and you're just hoisted up into the air by a 10-foot woman, by a giant woman, and you just dying. I loved every second of it.
Itadori would have been all over it.
I literally walked around and just like looked at every little detail of the demo that I possibly could. Like,
does she step on you?
No,
Not yet. You're playing. You're playing as a girl that's actually trying to escape, not somebody who'd be a willing participant in the stepping on process.
So, do you think they're going to actually make Ethan a character? Because from what I see, he's just pretty much non-existent.
He's a character. He has a whole backstory and everything.
What's his backstory?
Or not backstory. He has a forward story. I don't know. He's in the lore. He's with
this
Chris
is his
Redfield.
story.
Yeah.
This is his tragedy. I think this entire thing is called The Tragedy of Ethan Winters, or at least something for the demo is called that.
It's.
What would you rate him on a character scale of all the characters? Or what would you rank him?
I would put him high up there because he's already over the bullshit, but somehow knows how to do things better than these characters who've been doing it for a very long time.
Does he say?
Well, also, there's the whole suspicious thing of we don't like.
You don't know, yeah.
There's
You
that
don't
whole
know
rumor that Ethan worked for Umbrella back in the day.
Yeah.
So this wasn't his first rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So
Is that
Chris,
a rumor, or is it just something they said to make him sound more interesting?
It's a conspiracy. It's all a rumor. No one knows
So
who
it's something
Ethan.
that a fan fabricated just to make him seem cooler. in their
Yes,
eyes.
because you don't lose your girlfriend for all of like 3 years or something like that, and go into the basement of this mansion that looks fucking decrepit in Louisiana, and see a dead body, and just be like, "What the fuck is this?" and then keep moving. That's not something that happened.
It's been 3 years since she went missing.
Yeah, she just fell off the face of the planet, and then she sends you a letter saying she's
Specifically
alive.
telling you not to go looking for her.
Yeah,
I wasn't looking for you. Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
exactly.
Right.
so
yeah.
outside of the Resident Evil 8 maiden demo that now you've had the ability to play, and I mean, I don't feel like there's much we can take from the demo considering it's no combat, it's no inventory management, it's no.
Like it was literally just to show off the mansion. Just like, yo, check this out.
Yeah, kind of
Look
just
at these
like
graphics. It's on the PlayStation 5. Ooh,
it's beautiful.
look how smooth it is.
So
I mean,
outside of
it is nice to see that universe because you've seen Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, but like Resident Evil 7 did not look that good. Granted, it was the start of the RE engine, but facial expressions looked terrible. Mia was ugly as shit.
and not
I mean,
purposely.
Not purposefully. The Baker family, granted, they were supposed to look deformed and a little messed up, but I mean, big, tall vampire women look way better than fucking crazy ass down country
Question.
Boyle.
Did she look better than Mr. X graphically?
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so outside of that, there was a whole 20-minute Resident Evil showcase last week, the day after the podcast recording. What are some of your takeaways from that? Because I watched the entirety of it and felt like they just kind of got off on the wrong foot and weren't. I don't know. I feel like overall, and not this is coming from a non-Resident Evil fan. I feel like if I were a Resident Evil fan, the majority of those announcements were terrible.
So the thing about it is, as a Resident Evil fan, you came for Village. That was it. Like you
Yeah.
came for Village. Everything else is just side dishes.
Are you talking about RE-verse?
Well, the
Reverse.
movie.
Oh, I don't care about the movie. I don't think I care about a Resident Evil movie ever since they were like.
But this is a movie
Destroyed.
outside of the Jovaverse, right?
Yes.
think
This is more.
I
This
don't know.
movie's more in line with like Degradation and the other ones.
Yeah, all the animated ones.
Yeah. But it was like, we came here for Village.
Yeah,
Everything
that's-
else was just
that's
like, oh, cool.
Exactly what I watched this for, and everything they showed as far as Village goes, spot on. It is.
Right? Demo
took-
released that day, footage, like. Yeah.
Did y'all claim the free PSN avatar I dropped in the Discord?
Have you not
Probably
seen
not.
my avatar?
No, not on PSN, Chris. I have not seen your avatar on PSN.
Fair enough. But yeah. Shit, where were we at?
We were just talking about like how you feel about the other announcements, like RE-verse,
RE-verse.
and then
seems
the
like
Division 2 content and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fun for people who are RE fans and Division 2 fans. I mean, that's kind of cool.
People still play the Division 2?
Yeah, it's getting the same day it gets the Resident Evil content, it's getting a next-gen patch. Which means there's not going to be a PS5 version. It's just going to actually use the CPU and GPU of the PS5 to run the game better.
How many people gonna be playing it though?
Dog, I downloaded the Division 2 onto my PS5 the other day, And when I tell you, it took me like 30 minutes to get into the game, and by the time I got there, I was like, fuck this shit, closed the game and deleted it.
Why did it take so long to get into it?
Because it's loading. It's like all the PS5 games was just like instantaneous loads. I like was showing Chris some of the things on PS5. I'm like, oh, so what's happening right now is you've loaded into this map before anybody else, and now you're just waiting for other people to load. I was like, yeah, you probably didn't even notice the loading bar, but because it was only there for like a second. But yeah, the amount of time I just sat there and the division's like connecting to servers, and it just has like this bar that's or like this circle that's filling in up to 100%. And when I, no joke, 30 fucking minutes from opening that game on my dashboard to being over the shoulder of my character, I was like, nah, fuck this. I can't. Because it was like the first couple of those loading screens wasn't that terrible. But then by the time it was like, it's like, okay, do you want to continue or new game or whatever? And I hit continue, and then it did another one. And I legitimately walked out the room and came back, and it wasn't done. I was just like, so hopefully this patch, even though I won't be running it off the SSD, like it's probably a better experience if you're loading that game off the SSD, but the Division 2 is too big of a game to take up precious SSD space that can be used on actual PS5 games. Because, like, even Jedi Fallen Order, like, one of the issues with that game was load times, but I've seen improved loading versus the PS4. Like, I watched somebody play that game pretty much exclusively on PS4, and I noticed that running off of my external hard drive on my PS5, it loaded faster. So,
but back to Resident Evil. The Reverse. It's free, so that's cool. I might play it. I didn't never played what came out with Resident Evil 3. I don't even know. I forgot what it's even called.
Resistance? Was that
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
This one's just like a shooter where you're like, I guess, team deathmatch kind of way. But once you die, you turn into one of the infected, and then you go killing people as like Nemesis or Jake Baker. And I don't know. It looks fun if you're just not taking. If you take survival horror out of it and you're just playing a shooting game with all your favorite survival horror.
So, have you ever enjoyed because I remember Resident Evil, they've been trying to do this since Resident Evil 5. Like, I remember that was a big part of the Gold Edition when I got Resident Evil 5.
Yeah. I've never really enjoyed this.
Shit, they've been trying to do this since PS2.
Why do they keep trying?
A small
Because
fan base? Like, I think
variety.
Yeah, I think a small
Smaller
fan base
games you can
liked.
pump out faster than a really compressed atmospheric experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the thing about these is it's separate teams developing them because they're coming out simultaneously with like these actual big releases, because they've now done it like just in the last few years. They did it with Resident Evil 3 remake, and now they're doing it with Resident Evil 8. And the thing is, I don't see anybody playing these. Like, I feel like Chris is the target audience for a like Resident Evil multiplayer shooter, but even he's not interested.
It's not built to be that, right? Like, the way they build the game, and if you're gonna have the game, this multiplayer, play the same way it plays in its single player form, it's not built to be a shooter. It's built to be a survival horror game. So it just like every time they've tried to do this, I think Resistance was the best way they could possibly. They did it the best way they possibly could. You're actually on a team trying to get out in these different scenarios. instead of trying to shoot each other.
Right. This looks like they put like a Borderlands filter on it, like
Yeah,
a wannabe cell shaded, and it's like the maps are like.
That shit doesn't look good. It's that cell shit. This don't work. Turn it off. Turn that filter off.
They tried to pull a Borderlands. Like Borderlands made the decision last minute to make it cell shaded, and that was one of the reasons people gravitated to the original Borderlands. And this, it seems like they tried to do the same thing, but it's attracting literally nobody.
They need to flip that shit back off. Be like, all right, no, it's regular again.
Yeah, I mean that's what the Resident Evil's been for the last few years. Has just been its atmosphere. So you're gonna put some weird shading over the atmosphere of. You already have these models built up. You already have fucking the police department of Raccoon City built. Why the fuck are you?
That can't be the only map, right?
No, it's not. I think they probably don't even have this. They're probably just like trying to code this out as fast as possible because it doesn't even look like there had never been rumors about this game coming out. So them showing this, I was like, what the fuck? I've never even heard of this coming out. You at least heard of rumors of Resistance coming out.
Yeah. Are you in like the alpha for this? Is this something you're gonna try?
It's like, ugh. Maybe don't release it with Resident Evil 8 and just make it a free game later. And
oh no, they're gonna get people who don't buy Resident Evil 8 to pay for this shit at some point. And there are going to be people out there that buy it. And I want to hear from those people. Yo, hit me up. My Twitter DMs should be open.
What is that Resident Evil game that was like Resident Evil Umbrella?
Outbreak? Oh, Umbrella Corps?
No, the Umbrella Chronicles?
Yeah, that game is terrible, but people bought it. And some people like it. It's like admitting you like Nickelback.
I will say this about
Umbrella
Chronicles. There was something there to love with Umbrella Chronicles. Like, that, like Umbrella Chronicles wasn't trying to be something it wasn't. It was like, well, no, it was that. Those would have been the best Jokerverse games, because it was just like, we're just gonna be part of Umbrella. We're gonna be evil. We're gonna be running around doing stupid shit because that's what Umbrella does every single time.
That's all they do.
That's all they ever did. Like, Umbrella never made a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of making bad decisions, Xbox had the bright idea to double the price of Xbox Live Gold last week. This all took place over the span of 24 hours. Like, Xbox started off by doubling the price of Xbox Live Gold. So the cheapest way to get Xbox Live Gold would have been $120 for a year. And that would have been by buying two $60 6-month Xbox Live memberships. And so that made it basically more expensive than Game Pass Ultimate. Mm-hmm. Or along the same pricing because Game Pass Ultimate is the only version of Game Pass that comes with online multiplayer.
Yep.
So it kind of put it in line with that pricing model, but the difference is Game Pass Ultimate also gives you a shit ton of games on Xbox and PC.
Mm-hmm.
So they did that, and they immediately, like, people flipped the fuck out about it. There were podcasts recorded about it. There were entire op-ed articles put out there of, like, why the fuck Microsoft has been trying to be for the gamers, and they just did this anti-consumer move in the middle of a panorama, and just, it was just bad, the most bad press that Xbox has had. Like, if they had just stuck with this, it would have been terrible for them.
They had to pull a 180. They were like, oh shit, whoa, no, all right, our bad, shit. But what I didn't know was that you couldn't play free-to-play games unless you had Xbox Live.
Yeah, Xbox Live Gold, so...
Xbox Live, yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, they're free-to-play.
Yeah, they were...
That was standard
play...
over on PlayStation.
Is it? Don't you have to have PlayStation Plus to, like, play Apex Online?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Anybody can play Apex, Fortnite,
Apex, Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, Rocket League. So basically when PlayStation introduced PlayStation Plus and was like, okay, you're going to have to start paying to play online, one of their caveats was we're going to make you pay to play online, but if it's a free-to-play game, it's free to play. So there were people that I knew that before I got into Fortnite would just play Fortnite because they didn't want to pay for PlayStation Plus.
Oh.
And so they just used their PS4 to play Fortnite and got really into it and really good at it because that was pretty much their only option. Like, now you have Spellbreak, you have Rogue Company. Like, the list of free-to-play games on PlayStation is surprisingly, like, far-reaching. Yeah. So, all these games, though, like, I'll hop on Fortnite on any platform and just play. Mm-hmm. But up until this week, you were unable to play Fortnite on Xbox if you did not have Xbox Live Gold. Despite it being a free-to-play game, you had to pay for their subscription to play it online. So I know there were people who were out there playing, using their Xbox to play Fortnite, paying $60 a year just for Xbox Live Gold, which probably took a huge, like, especially with these kids, it's like a huge chunk of their gaming money. Like, if you're playing a free-to-play game and you're a kid, like, obviously you don't have your $60 a year is an entire game's worth of an entire single player game, an entire like open world narrative game, an entire, like it could be your GTA, it could be your all these different games that people buy like maybe once a year and just kind of have as a tentpole, like a sports game. Like, let's say you play Madden. If you're a kid who plays Madden, your entire Madden budget for the year is spent paying to play a free-to-play game online.
I mean, where that it's fair, I don't know many people who don't want to just get PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold.
Well, so
I've never seen that situation. Even when I was like a teenager, like Xbox Live Gold, I just was like, I gotta have it.
Right,
I mean, I had to have it because
it seems less. It's like less appealing almost. Like with Game Pass being so prevalent, it's like I might as well just get Game Pass.
Well,
did they raise the price just to be like get Game Pass because it's the only thing that makes sense for you now?
Well, so Xbox still has a promotion going on, and so this made it even more of a tangled ball of wax. Is that Xbox has a promotion where for $1 you can convert all your Game Pass, your Xbox Live Gold time into Game Pass Ultimate time. Huh. So like if you
on the nose, like make that switch, make that fucking switch.
Which, I mean, it makes sense. Just fucking make the switch. You get free games.
Yeah, more free games.
I mean, Xbox is just trying to be like, do you want to not pay for games? Pay $1 and you got games.
But what about the people who aren't really paying attention to all that and they just going like, oh, let me get my kid Xbox Live Gold or whatever and this shit for the year, and it's like $120 as opposed to $60.
That's why you talk to your. I mean, I don't know. Your kid, me as a kid, I knew what I needed for my game system. I did the research. I was all that. Also, I guess talk to GameStop if they're still around at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You're a parent.
Their stocks are.
GameStonks. They're out here.
Yeah, talk to those people. Be like, do I need anything else with this? Yes. Get your kid this. It'll save you a lot of money.
Right, and I feel like the people that I know who work at GameStop and who are like dealing with these conversations,
It's a panorama.
That's true.
They're considered essential.
Yeah.
But they're having these real life conversations with the parent who comes in. It's like, my kid likes Xbox. It's like, well, do they have Game Pass? And of course they don't fucking know.
No.
Which Xbox do they have? Do you want to try and buy them the Series S or X? Like, do they have a One X? Do like they're dealing with that, but at the same time they're also real deal recommending like, hey, instead of buying your kid this game is on Game Pass. Buy them X amount of months of Game Pass, and they'll get that game plus access to a bunch of other games for literally the same price. Like, I remember a friend of the show, Eric, he bought an Xbox One, and like, Eric doesn't really play games like that, but Eric was like, alright, so I gotta get the Xbox, I'm gonna get like the Master Chief Collection, I gotta get the Gears 4 and 5, and me and Alex are just looking at this man like, just get Game Pass. All the games you're talking about wanting to play, except for Rise, Son of Rome, which he just wanted to play God of War, but didn't want to swallow the PlayStation pill. So he's like, I'll get Rise, Son of Rome. It'll be the exact same thing.
It wasn't.
The fact that he compared those two games almost like upset me. I was like, God of War is just such a good game, and Rise, Son of Rome is such a launch title ass game that you should.
QTE, the game.
Right. God of War is anything but that. And so, yeah, outside of Rise, Son of Rome, which might be on Game Pass, who the fuck knows? Like,
It was a while ago.
but it's a no-brainer. Like, I won't have kids of a gaming age for a very long time. Like, I don't even have any kids yet. So, like,
Right.
if I were a parent in this situation of, like, my kid is getting into games and they have an Xbox, or I have a fucking Xbox One S in the bedroom. Like, if I were in a position to just give them that shit and be like, here's Game Pass, I don't have to buy you a game, you better go play the shit you have on there.
Exactly.
And they're playing some of the best games on the console. They have access to the Master Chief Collection, which can teach them a whole heaping helping of the world is racist and out to get you, just for the low price.
$15 a month.
And is that the ultimate price, or is that the...
That's the ultimate price. All it
The
pays.
Master Chief Collection teaches you that?
Not as much as Call of Duty, but there aren't any Call of Duty games. But yeah,
Call of Duty not Call of Duty. Halo teaches you that it's always the church. Even in space, it's always the
It's
church.
always the church.
That's true. They got a lot of good games.
That's why we have the Church of the Hammer Knife, in case y'all have forgotten.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Right, but that ain't a church. That's a practice.
It's a cult. That's what it is, goddammit.
I mean, yeah.
True.
Yeah. I mean, why you gotta make it odd? But okay. Yeah.
You're right. I'm loud.
but yeah. So Xbox backpedaled on their Xbox Live price increase. There's still the regular price is still there, and now they're allowing free-to-play games to be played. So things like Fortnite and Call of Duty that are cross-progression, cross-play, cross all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually load it up on my Xbox in my bedroom if I decide that's what I feel like doing, and or even Rocket League. Like, any of these games that are free-to-play, cross-play, cross-progression, I can load them up and actually play them online on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Because legitimately, my Xbox was just there. Like, if I got my hands on some free Game Pass, I'd try out some shit on Game Pass, and for me to just boot up Nier and appreciate Nier. Because I think the only, like, actual Xbox One games that I bought at any point... Like, I have, like, Overwatch and Rare Replay and shit back there, but PUBG and Nier are, like, the only Xbox games that I, like, bought. And backwards compatibility. I bought the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy on Xbox, backwards compatible.
13. That soundtrack is banging. That's a good soundtrack.
Not wrong.
It's a good soundtrack.
Speaking of good soundtracks, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 game had a banging soundtrack, and now the developer, Vicarious Visions, has been moved, restructured within the Activision Blizzard umbrella. They
got absorbed. They got Kirby'd, you know.
You said they got Kirby'd?
Yeah.
We're not going back to the Kirby conversation.
No.
I don't remember. So
Good. But Vicarious Visions, the developer of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, and they also worked on like Destiny 2, they worked on Call of Duty. They've just kind of been an Activision support studio for a while. Mm-hmm. And they've been moved over. They've replaced Team 1 within Blizzard, which Team 1 is responsible for StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm, and most recently Warcraft 3 Reforged. So that team has basically been dissolved and replaced with Vicarious Visions, and their next project that they're working on under the Blizzard umbrella is a Diablo 2 remake. And so that's good for fans of Diablo 2 because this team seems capable of actually making a legitimately good game after the disaster that was I don't even play Warcraft 3. I don't play Warcraft at all.
Do you think that's going to come out before whatever the name of this next Diablo is?
Diablo 4?
Oh, Diablo 4?
No, I feel like Diablo 4 is further along. If they just kind of got put over and...
Well, this is Blizzard we're talking about. They announced... they'll announce a game and it'll be 5.
They showed it, but they showed that shit just to appease fans.
Yeah, that year, Overwatch 2.
Hong Kong debacle.
That was in peak fuck Blizzard times.
Mm-hmm. Why else would they show off a game that's just a concept, i.e. Overwatch 2?
The fact that they had a playable concept. There are people out there that have played Overwatch 2.
They worked on that instead of fixing the meta or making current Overwatch salvageable. But that's a different point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Vicarious Visions, the thing that kind of makes this upsetting for somebody like me, while I haven't gotten into Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, that was something that I would hope they would have continued the same way. I know it's been between Vicarious Visions and Toys for Bob, the Spyro and Crash games, and them making Crash 4 and actually doing all these different interesting projects with these old IPs. I was hoping Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 would help lead us into more competition for the new skate game and actually have a new golden era of skateboarding video games. If anything, this story has made me look at Skater XL and still hope Session comes out one day. That we could really just have a new golden era of skateboarding games.
I mean, they did a great job
it's
with Pro Skater 2, 1 and 2, so...
Yeah, I don't like the fact that this is the cycle that keeps happening to these good, smaller teams. They'll drop 2 good projects, get bought, drop one more project that's alright, and then the decline hits.
Well, that's the thing. They weren't even bought. They weren't absorbed. They were just restructured. They were already owned by Activision Blizzard. They just got moved from the Activision side to the Blizzard side. And while the Blizzard side, its history is a lot richer and a lot, more storied, and they have stronger IPs they're working with, the Activision side honestly has been making more quality games and doing a lot better by their player bases just in the last 2 Call of Duties and in the post-revival Crash and Spyro trilogy. Yes, Activision did shit the bed with Call of Duty for a few years. Yes, Activision did shit the bed with Spyro and Crash in Skylanders.
Probably also because, when you're a publisher, as long as nothing gets priced egregiously and you don't say nothing stupid, it's kind of easy to be the one that's like you've been releasing quality products.
I mean, they just, at least the last couple of years, they have just been releasing.
Right, that's the thing.
We
Like,
got a new Crash Bandicoot game that didn't suck, and Crash Bandicoot died a long time ago on the PS2.
Right, this new Crash was fucking killing it.
right, Tony Hawk died a long time ago, but they brought back Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 as something that people actually enjoy. Call of Duty was about to fucking die in a trash fire, and they made the changes.
Keep the quality.
But Blizzard, like, so now everybody's on the Blizzard. They're absorbing teams from the good side of Activision Blizzard.
Shadowlands has come out. Shadowlands came out, and that was fine. Like, actually, that might have been their best MMO launch. Now that I think about it, like, that was the last thing Blizzard did with Shadowlands, and that just went and did its thing and just chugging along.
Yeah, but outside of that, they did Warcraft 3 Reforged. They've just been shitting the bed with Overwatch. They have all these technologies built into their launcher, and somehow Diablo and Overwatch still don't have fucking crossplay, despite all the tools being built into Battle.net for Call of Duty.
I don't personally think that... I think crossplay on Overwatch, yes. Diablo 3, I don't see it mattering that much. That's probably something that's going to be put in for Diablo 4. Like...
Hopefully, but I have zero fucking faith in them. I have zero faith that Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are going to have crossplay. Because Blizzard's track record at this point with this type of game, despite having the tools at their disposal, are just squandering it.
So what, 2 for 2? 2 out of what? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only been 2 games that crossplay has, like, is a reasonable thing for.
And I mean, yeah, Hearthstone has it, but like, I still feel like Hearthstone, I've been asking for Hearthstone to come to Switch for like 4 fucking ever. But somehow we got Overwatch on Switch before we got Hearthstone on Switch.
Like, that's the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you, like, no, it's not. I mean, yeah, but also, no.
Why not?
No what?
You know what got me into Hearthstone? Hearthstone being available on iPhone. That's what got me into Hearthstone. So why is it a bad thing for them? Like, they seem to have actually gotten a handle on what Hearthstone is.
It's more of a pointless thing. I feel like it's pointless. Like, Hearthstone's weird. Hearthstone's weird.
But why?
Why what?
Why is it a bad thing to just put it on Switch? I feel like that's the argument, right?
I'm not saying it's a bad thing to put it on Switch. I'm saying it feels like a pointless thing to put it on Switch.
Why?
Right, because there are a lot of people who aren't playing Hearthstone that if it came to Switch as a free-to-play title...
Because I personally feel like that market that would be playing Hearthstone on the Switch, well, it does exist. I don't actually think it really exists. Like, I think it's more of a, you're going to get a couple of downloads. That's it. It's going to play for 5 seconds.
That is, if anything...
And that's going to be the end of it.
If anything...
Because that's the thing about it.
Them just throwing...
Hearthstone still hasn't gotten over the paywall problem that they have for new players. Like...
Right, because you do need... That's one of the reasons...
Yeah. Like, those are the things that need to be solved before you put it on something like the Switch.
Well, not necessarily. Not if it's cross-play, cross-progression, and a lot of returning players can come back. Like, just the people I know, even, like, people like Alana who are still playing Hearthstone currently and are just, like, dealing with all the issues that game has on its own. Like, they're bringing auto chess to PlayStation 4. The fact that Overwatch has an audience that plays it on Switch. There's a lot of games that, if third-party games that were struggling to find an audience other places have come to Switch and found an audience, I feel like Hearthstone is a good enough game on its own to come over to Switch.
And I believe it's not. That's the crux of my argument. I've never thought Hearthstone was that good of a card game. I treat Hearthstone like those oversimplified fighting games. You've gotten rid of everything great about card games in an attempt to make something easily marketable.
Damn. Talk about
But people want it. Like, that's the thing. There is a demand for it. So why not?
Yeah, there's also a demand for crack. It ain't good, but there's a demand.
Right, but people make money off of that demand for crack.
That doesn't change a damn thing. It ain't good.
that demand has tapered over the past couple of decades.
And
Right.
the demand for Hearthstone has tapered.
Yeah, it had.
Well,
Just saying.
I don't know how to transition. Speaking of crack, stocks are a lot like crack. You get one hit and then you're just in a downward spiral for the rest of your life.
It's not a downward spiral. It's more
Unless
like
you hit big and then you're
gambling is addictive. Crack is
it's literally it's the stock market is actually a casino you can cash out in. People started treating it like a casino you could cash out in, and that's what's going on.
Well, so for anybody who doesn't know what's been going on, Reddit basically has made
Wall Street
GameStop.
bets, you mad lads.
Well,
Fucked with the economy again.
yeah, but this time in a way, like I got my COVID vaccine today, the first shot, and I heard people talking. They're like, "Did you hear this GameStop business?"
No, this is the second time Robinhood and the mad lads off of Wall Street bets might get SEC regulations to change. This is the second time that. If not
They're trying to
third
do
time
it.
this might happen.
They're trying to do it again with AMC next.
Oh yeah, it's AMC and then also BlackBerry.
I need Robin
BlackBerry
Hood. I
is
need
also
Robin
there.
Hood to fucking work on my goddamn
Oh, it's
phone
working
right
now.
Is it? Because I've
Yeah.
been trying to buy some
Do your
stonks and this shit's
do your
It's
stonks
working
through
now, but it's
Cash App.
currently after hours.
yeah.
Do your stonks through Cash App. That is one thing I'll say. Robinhood. My experience with Robinhood and fucking with stocks, it worked a lot. Cash App's just a whole better experience with that. It's a lot more simplified. It's a lot more straightforward. It's a lot more. If you're trying to make a quick buck, you can do it better through Cash App. So I will say that. And that's just through my personal experience of stocks and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and my very limited. Somebody hit me up asking me if I knew anything about cryptocurrencies. I'm like, no. Like, I know, like, I'm technologically savvy and I probably could gamify this shit, but that's just not a world I'm trying to be in. I'm not trying to support the people out here buying up all these 3080s and fucking filling their car with them.
Actually, I'm going to be 100 with you. Bitcoin needs to die for environmental reasons. Like, the amount of power that thing was taking.
Still is. Always has been. Always will be.
Yep. Oh, and TD Ameritrade stopped trading on GameStop and AMC stocks because the stonks is too powerful. And the funniest thing about it is that really just this is all just hedge fund managers getting outmaneuvered on their own game.
Right.
all
And
the
good. Like, that's the one thing that
I
is
love it.
good about this.
I love it.
Is these fat cats who have literally just, like, gotten to a point of all I'm doing is fucking making money off of, like, society taking, like, the free market speaking and society taking its course. And, like, all they have to do is just sit back and let the money pile up. The fact that this GameStop stocks thing has done a better job than the American government at distributing wealth via stocks.
The thing that makes this even funnier is that this is what the fat cats were saying for years. It's like, oh yeah, if you want to make some money, just buy some stocks, yada yada yada. And then
They didn't think anybody would do it.
they didn't think anyone would do it, and then people did it, played the game, and all of a sudden
Oh shit.
the Mets got outmaneuvered by mad lads off Reddit. That's
Mad lads.
hilarious.
Mad lad.
All that had to happen was for it to become a meme.
I mean, heck, that's pretty much what happened with the Robinhood infinite money glitch. Like, Wall Street Bets has been like really creating some chaos within finance, and it's hilarious.
It is good.
Because
Like,
they're like, oh yeah, because it's like, because when you really get down to it, the stock market is just a casino. So let's get on Reddit and game the casino.
right. Let's get on some of these Discord channels that might not be as public and make some plays, you know? I could turn my $5 into $10 right quick. I'm not against that at all. And then maybe that $10 can become 20. Then I'll be really living the good life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm just saying, you buy some stocks for like $3.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
you
it
could
goes
have
up to
bought
500 by the end of the week.
GameStop less than 6 months ago was trading for like $5 a share. If
Less
I
than
had
6 months ago, that's where it was like a week and a half ago.
God damn. Well,
That's also the part that kills me.
they hit a record low stock price within the last 6 months. So
Donks.
right. And so if anybody who bought, like, I know there were jokes going around like, well, now, like, if you want to buy some stonks in GameStop and get this going, you totally can. And that was the perfect time. Like, part of me is just upset with myself that I didn't just, you know,
Oh no, I'm definitely upset with myself.
scoop it up.
300% upset with myself.
Because I could have 100-folded whatever money I put in there. Even if I
Right.
put a fucking dollar, $100 from a dollar?
Right.
That was just bad, you know, decisions on my part.
That's just one of those. But that's how the fat cats get the game to themselves. You don't think, I'll just spend my money on something more realistic. I won't play the game. And then it's like, no, play the game is real easy, and bam, stonks.
So is there anything else
no,
anybody wants to say about this whole GameStop? Because, I mean, there's a trillion and one articles, Twitter posts. Like,
Wall Street
Right.
Bets, it's currently private. They're hoping that the market is, and since the average person doesn't have the power to do like buying and selling during after hours, they're hoping they're going to scare people off by the fact that, you know, you can't buy GameStop right now, but you're most likely going to be able to buy it at 9 when the market opens back up.
Right.
but you're probably past the point of safely buying GameStop stocks to make
Right.
any money.
Yeah,
You're,
it's like at time of recording, you're better off either doing AMC or BlackBerry. BlackBerry's at like $5 a share, while AMC is at like 17,
It's at 19 right now.
19. I would like to say I love how all the stocks that are picked are nostalgic. Like, it's the movies we used to go to, it's the phones we used to have. We used to
I
go to
never had a
GameStop to buy video
BlackBerry.
games.
It's because these things they're like they have to go bankrupt soon, right? Well,
Right.
guess what?
you know they're mad because, like, young minorities are making money off of their fucking
They
out
got
of their
outmaneuvered
pockets.
and financed by minorities and poor people. How dare we?
Right. How dare we listen to their advice for once and then fuck them over? Hold on. I had to write that down. I came up with a great episode title. But yeah, so the last big news story that I wanted to talk about, apparently there's a new KOTOR game coming out.
I'll believe when I see it.
I mean,
Right.
And also, like, I don't want them to do Jedi stuff. Like, we did the dissertation on the Jedi already. Let's do some other shit.
The thing I think they're doing, like, since it seems less like they want to do the Old Republic, they might try and push their new narrative, which is the High Republic.
oh, I thought it was the New Republic,
that's the High Republic is in between Old Republic and the Council, or all the stuff in Episode 1. So it's in between the Old Republic and Episode 1.
My Star Wars knowledge is in your Chris, Jalen, and you guys is more well-versed Star Wars opinion than me. If they were to be a Knights of the High Republic game, would it be a good game?
Potentially. That's one of the best
Yeah.
timelines to do a game like that. The thing about Star Wars is that when it comes to its timelines, anything happening where the movies are pretty well defined. Like, you're going to be doing specific things.
Mhm.
Anything after the movies and anything in the Old Republic is just free reign to do whatever you want.
That's true.
So anything pre the movies has the highest chance of being good.
Yeah, what he said. That's accurate.
Okay.
I
So,
mean, have they done games where you take place after 3? Where
yeah.
not in the era of 4, like right after 3, the Empire is now just starting to take over.
That's
There's
literally
straight up a Revenge of the Sith.
that in between 3 and 4, that would be
Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
is it?
that's right.
Yeah. Order 66
Force
is
Unleashed 1
like,
and 2.
yeah.
Uh,
And these are the ones that I actually have experience with and have liked. Like, I fucking Force Unleashed the PSP version.
I feel like that's the common
I
setting
forgot
for like,
about Force
a
Unleashed.
lot of the like more recent games.
yeah,
I definitely
because
didn't
it's
know
like
when
you can't.
Fallen Order
It's
was.
really hard to do anything like during the episode 4 to 6 range because your Force users are supposed to be borderline non-existent,
Yeah,
or at least in deep hiding.
Okay, Jedi Fallen Order.
yeah. That's why I thought like Jedi Fallen Order was definitely in between 4 and 6.
No, it's in between 3 and 4.
All right, well, this is dead air.
Well, well, actually, the thing about Knights of the Old Republic is it was a dissertation on what the Jedi were and why the whole light side, dark side dichotomy doesn't actually make any sense and why it fails every time.
Right.
Like, most of the plot of Knights of the Old Republic 2 was on how this Jedi create more Sith than the dark side ever did.
That's true.
Anakin!
And if they were,
About the way the Jedi like are supposed to live, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Hell,
Doesn't make sense.
I would always make a Sith Lord because I can force choke and force lightning.
being a Sith Lord is also stupid. That entire thing is stupid.
Their philosophies are dumb as hell.
Mhm.
Right,
They're
dumb as
good.
shit.
Their abilities are A1.
And that's the thing about Knights of the Old Republic 2 is that it ended with you taking a neutral route. You're like, no, screw the light side, screw the dark side. I wield the Force and I do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always your best.
The
bet.
consequences are what they be.
Nobody, the Drifter.
Drift, he's a fucking drug mule. I don't care. He's a drug mule. Darkness. Yo, you need me to get those packs out? I got you. Oh, this buddy.
Tie this balloon off. Shove it right up my ass.
All right, Morty, I need you to take those seeds and shove it way up your butthole.
All right. So, yeah, that's about it for stories. Chris, I wanted to get some more of your impressions from the PS5 because I kind of let you play like a pretty wide range of like different games and like experiences. I kind of let you kick the tires a bit. Like you beat the Resident Evil 7 demo or 8 demo in like 20 minutes tops, if even that long. And
I don't
then
even think it broke 10 minutes.
yeah, once you got going, like at the beginning you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? And then once you got going, you were going. You were like, all right, I'm Resident Eviling.
I'm supposed to speedrun this game, right? No, okay, yeah. So one thing when we beat the demo, I really wanted to get into was like, I want to see what these haptics are all about, and like just kind of feel if it's bullshit or not, because
Feel the power of the DualSense.
Exactly. I was to see if it actually adds to the gaming, and I was skeptical, but I was proven wrong. Like even just playing Call of Duty was the first game that we jumped into. And yeah, before you felt the like shots of the bullets, but it just like you were right. Every time the gun changed, or even when you're using a bow, you felt the intensity of pulling the bow back, and like the struggle of that while pressing the trigger. You felt even the like different like shots from different guns that you were using based on like pistols or SMGs or anything like that. Like you felt that like recoil almost was different for every gun that you were using. And it just kind of made Call of Duty, I was like my first time going back into like team deathmatch Call of Duty, and it was just like, fuck yeah, this is making me get into it.
Oh yeah, Chris like popped the fuck off for like a second. Like he had some like PTSD, like 6 kill streak around a fucking corner of a fence, like going full team deathmatch mode in not team deathmatch.
Yeah, it's definitely like, what was it? Not domination or
control.
Control, yeah. And I was like, oh wait, I'm not trying to just kill these people. I should be taking over. That's probably why we lost. I was just trying to kill and not take point B the entire time.
Right, you had point B on lock, but just was like, I'm going to just choose violence and go fuck some people up right now.
So that was tight. And then you were nice enough to re-download Astro's Playroom. And that was fucking just the coolest. First, without the haptics, that's just a fun little game that you get at the beginning of the PS5.
Yeah, it's free with every PS5, and even if it's deleted, it's a free download. And like, I platinumed that game because it was a fun little experience. Like, you didn't even get to see a lot of the nostalgia and stuff. Like, you didn't get to experience the moment of you getting an artifact and it being the PS2 Slim or something like that. But
yeah, I do want to wait. Well, obviously you already did all that, so that was. I didn't want to go all the way into the entire game because I was like, I just want to.
Right.
I'm gonna play this when I get my PS5. I'm gonna probably platinum it just as well, just like you did, just because it's like a good ass platformer, and it just like it almost in the way of like Ratchet and Clank is the platformer, or even Spyro. And I was like, man, if Ratchet and Clank does the same thing this game's doing, that's gonna be the.
Oh yeah, when Ratchet and Clank drops, like, I'm definitely that y'all can come over and definitely put hands on with Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm. No, but this game also taking you back to like the most nostalgic fucking thing you can if you were a PlayStation lover, because that showroom was just cool.
Yeah, PlayStation Labo, like one of the coolest fucking things I've done on PS5 at all. Like, every single thing that was in that room was because of something I did in the game to get it. And, like, in the process of platinuming the game, I filled out that room. And just, like, you haven't seen it completely empty, but for it, like, you walk in there and it's just a white room with, like, a couple robots to what it was, like, you get to see it fully out, like, fully kitted out with all the artifacts, all the puzzle pieces, all the fucking Easter eggs, all the bots doing different shit in there. Like, it's really... Yeah, Astro's Playroom is a good game that, like, if you have a PS5 and you haven't played it, it's worth just beating that game. And if you beat that game, like, it's not a super long game. I had to beat it in total front to back at least 2 times to get the platinum. Because it was like one time I was just playing through and getting what I could as I went along. Then it uses the card system, which you didn't even get to check out. Like the card system. So when you hit the home button, like you saw the cards come up every time.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, you're missing one collectible from here. how about you jump to this level and we play the video giving you a hint on the collectible that you're trying to get out of this area.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I think you're going to have a good time of just playing that game. Like, if you have a PS5 and you haven't played it, Astro's Playroom is definitely like a must play. It's completely free. It's probably pre-installed. It might be taking up SSD space, and you don't even fucking know it.
So beat it and then delete it.
Platinum it, then delete it.
Yeah, but beat it and delete it rhymed almost.
Yeah, it's more of
I
a
was trying
thing.
something there.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about? Yeah, you did Call of Duty. You did Astros.
Astros. What else? I don't think we played anything else.
No. You got into the speed runs on Astro for a quick second. You did somehow you did less in the speed run mode than I did in the speed run mode.
Well, I did one. I did one and I got 46 seconds. Got you a new record. And
Yeah.
I went to go to the lightning. I did a level that you hadn't done, and
You're just like, fuck it.
yeah, I died too many times. I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Oh, you beat the final boss, which...
Oh yeah, one try. Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, this is way harder when I did it. Like, Chris beat that shit in one try, and I definitely had no idea.
Something just clicked inside my brain of like, I've done this before in different video games, and I was like, yeah, I could do this. It definitely got hard at the end where the dude was just shooting shit out of the eye, like laser beam. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. I see why you died 5 times. But yeah, it was fun. You got to see I don't want to spoil it for people who are actually gonna play it.
Yeah, like you just got to see, like, for people who know, Chris he played Cooling Springs. He did a couple of the speedrun levels. Because you did Cooling Springs front to back, so like all 4 areas of that demo you did, and you got to see that end part of that level is one of my favorite parts of that fucking game. When you pop out and it does the PlayStation home screen music, and you turn around and see the XMB, holy fucking shit!
Does it do that for all levels? Like you pop out and it's that theme?
Yep, that like boot up sound for whatever particular generation it is. Yeah, it does really cool things. Like you were trying to do the PS1 level, and while that level is some of the most bullshit in that game,
it is.
It does some really cool things with like the amount of noises you didn't even realize you were nostalgic for with the PS1.
Yeah, I think if you are a nerd for PlayStation, just fucking play it. Just definitely give this game a boot up. It takes no time to boot this game up. PS5, that's one thing I'll say. It takes no time to boot shit up in this PS5.
Yep, you quit out of Ghost of Tsushima fast as fuck and didn't even realize. I was like, well, you just closed that game. Oh, that's the one thing. You got to see Ghost of Tsushima running at an unlocked frame rate.
That was
damn near locked 60 FPS.
How was that?
It was so smooth. I mean, I unlocked. He didn't even have the
water stance
unlocked, so that he was very early in the game. So I'm trying to do shit that I'm like, because I'm almost done with.
You're trying to stance swap.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like crazy shit and like dodge roll and I was like, oh, this is hard. I forgot that this game actually started off hard and it got easier as you progressed. But those fights, just smooth parrying, just like dodge, parry, slap. Brutes are still a bastard, but yeah, everything else was great. Like even shooting with an arrow of like seeing the characters.
Oh
like,
yeah, Chris was doing trick shots and shit. I was like honestly impressed by what I was seeing.
It was so good. Yeah. I want a PS5 when they're readily available. I'll get a PS5.
All right, Madrid.
Getting the vaccine.
I got a vaccine and PS5 out here living.
Dream over here.
Has that craving for human flesh started yet? Just let us know when it.
No, trust me,
I
I'll.
was over there
You're gonna
today.
hit the Discord like, yo, y'all looking kind of scrumptious.
Yeah, if I say that, that's a red flag. Take me out then if I ever pop into the Discord and call y'all scrumptious. Take me out. That's it. It's red flag.
We got you, bro.
All right, Madrid, Jalen, either y'all got a one more thing or anything notable you've played or seen or done in the video gaming space this week?
You know what? Killer Instinct is back. Max is hosting a Killer Instinct tournament this year, so hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maximilian, dude, out here doing the Lord's work.
Right.
Hell yeah.
You saying that reminded me, Guilty Gear Strive is apparently going to be using the same netcode that they built for Accent Core on Steam on console. So we're going to have that sweet rollback.
Yeah, let's go.
On Guilty Gear Strive.
I don't know what we're gonna get
I'm ready.
with it.
I'm playing nothing but fighting games. I'm ready.
I'm hyped to look at it, if not anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a nice visual spectacle. And the music's good too.
Daddy's bullshit blazing. And it has a music player with not only the Strive soundtrack, but other Guilty Gear soundtracks available in the music player. They put out a trailer randomly, and I watched Maximilian Dude and like his crew, like their live reaction to the trailer, and that trailer had some heat. And it looks like the lobby system might not be as fucked as we previously thought, so that's a good thing.
I wrote a fucking essay on my survey for them, so I hope they read it and took it into consideration. We'll know if they add Ichigo.
That's the telltale
One
sign.
fan was so passionate about this, we decided to put in fucking Ichigo. Don't ask us how we did it, but we did.
You know, Arc System Works has worked with Shonen Jump before. Wouldn't be a first.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
All right. Well, if nobody else has a one more thing, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Do you have a one more thing?
No, I'm tired. that's about it. Remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton63X's Chris.
Chefing Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
All right. This has been a No It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. Until next time, keep it cheesy.